Welcome, welcome! It's my dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today I wanted to go into Beyond 3.17.2, which we know is coming out very soon. Maybe by the end of this week. Oh, guys, let me know in the comments down below if you think it's coming out this week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and let's go into today's video. So, if you want to know where I'm going, I am actually going down to the main webpage here, community, and then development, and then I'm going to go roadmap. And then I'm going to select release view. That's where I'm at right now. We're going to talk about 3.18 and beyond. I'm really going to go into 3.18 a little bit, at least parts of it. It is going to be the biggest patch we've ever had. I know that's a huge statement. It could be the biggest patch we've ever had. It probably will be. 4.0 will probably be bigger. But 3.18 will probably be the biggest patch we've ever had at this point. Okay? And hear me out. Now look, there's not that many stuff on the 3.18 roadmap. We'll go into it. I'll delve into it a little bit more and show you what I'm talking about. Okay? So, what is on the 3.18 roadmap? We will briefly hit it, and then I'm going to go back and probably go into a little bit more detail on at least one item, which you'll probably be able to figure out already. Okay, let's talk cargo system refactor. They're going to refactor ship cargo system both to allow both found and purchased cargo to be picked up, moved around, and placed into a cargo grid of the ship. We've heard this before. But they're also doing it to where you can open up boxes, put inventory in boxes, take boxes out. You can manually place these things. You can take them off. You can do all sorts of different things with the cargo system refactor. It's going to be different size boxes, etc. So really big with the cargo system refactor coming online. That's going to allow other ships like the whole series to come into game. But I would not expect them to come into the game until we have another system to trade with. Possibly 2 or 3. We'll get there. We'll get there. I'll get there. Alright, so cargo system refactor, big. We'll go with all the future, what that could mean in the future here shortly. Alright, so let's talk salvage hull stripping. Alright, so we've got salvage. First time it's going to actually be in the game. We've had the Reclaimer for a long time. Now we're looking at getting the Vulture and Salvage. So the first implementation of Salvage into the persistent universe, which includes both hull stripping as well as repair. This will include both performing hull stripping and repairs by hand, as well as hull stripping using the systems aboard the Drake Vulture. So obviously we know what ship's coming out with this, right? The Drake Vulture. Hull stripping, I'm going to go into that one, deep dive into it a little bit more here in a few moments. And then we have the Drake Vulture, which is the first ship to do any kind of salvage. Not the Reclaimer. Reclaimer was first for a salvage ship. Big Daddy, it's the granddaddy of all salvage ships. But we're not going to get any gameplay with the Reclaimer for a little bit. So we'll have to deal with doing some of the salvage stuff with the Drake Vulture. They'll build into the Reclaimer. We'll get it more online later on. Then we have the Grey Cat multi-tool salvage attachment. So they're designing and creating a multi-tool salvage attachment, which includes asset creation, animation, and balancing. I imagine this will also be a repair tool because salvage and repair will go hand in hand. You'll be able to strip things and put it back on. So it'll be interesting to see if that's how it really works out. But that's my guess. Let's move on a little bit more. And then you have the Big Daddy. The big one that everybody is hoping and praying works out extremely well for us. Persistent Entity Streaming. The implementation of the Persistent Entity Streaming core technology into Star Citizen. This is server meshing, guys. Making use of services such as the Entity Graph and Replication Layer, this will allow every dynamic object in the game to fully persist across all servers, irrelevant of whether it is owned or held by a player. You drop a gun somewhere, somebody else can pick it up 3 days later on the same moon maybe in the UE, or I'm sorry, in the EU, European Union, or Australia, or some other server, right? So that's, if you're from Texas, right? You leave it, somebody else could come pick it up later. So yeah, server meshing. This is the big daddy, the test bed for the full implementation of server meshing. It's not the full implementation, but it is the biggest step towards that we've ever had. So I would expect a lot of things to come from this. Some of the things that we can expect is better AI behavior, which I think people have seen on the PTU, especially when, the fact that they've actually increased server caps to up to 100 players, and it's ran pretty smooth for people. So that's the other advantage to this, is that server caps will be much larger now, theoretically, in 3.18. I'm sure they will slowly step it up, but that is one of the knock-on things that we should expect, is a little bit more people on each server. So what else can we expect? Again, a lot of item clutter. I don't know how much clutter they're going to allow before some things get wiped off, but it should allow for a lot of item clutter. You're going to see people dropping things left and right and leaving them there, and you may come back to Hurston and it really is a junk world. We will have to find out in the future what this is going to really bring for some of those dropped items. Hopefully some of them will just persist, because an empty magazine, you don't need, laying in the middle of nowhere in Hurston and come by and find it. I guess that could be useful for somebody that's got a bunch of bullets that need to be in a magazine, but we're not to Tarkov level yet of reloading and arming yourself. So yeah, we'll have to see how that turns out. What I really wanted to go into is, of course, a little bit of the cargo system refactor. When persistent entity streaming comes in, you're going to have to wait till 4.0, but you're going to see multiple systems. Probably not just Pyro. I bet we get Nyx. I bet we get probably one or two more systems on top of that that will help this cargo system refactor be played out a little bit more. You can take a hull with a ton of cargo, take it several systems away, and drop it off, get yourself a lot of money, and wash, rinse, repeat. So that's what I'm hoping for on the cargo system refactor down in the future. Not too far. 4.0, I don't think it's going to be too far along. 3.19 is going to be another test bed for 4.0. I think 4.0 will be after 3.19 in the middle of next year, or May of next year maybe. We'll see. Okay, let's talk about salvage hull stripping. So if we go way back to 2015, November 19th, 2015, we had the design notes for ship repair and maintenance. I really hope that this is mostly what they still have planned. A lot of things has changed since 2015. Hell, they even rewrote the entire game at that point. Like in 2016, they scrapped things and started over for the most part. So I'm hoping that some of the stuff that they have in this article is still there. If you want this article, it's robertspaceindustries.com/com-link engineering/15062-design-notes-ship-repair-and-maintenance, or just go to Google, type in Star Citizen ship repair, and you will find this article popping up. It's a fantastic article. I don't want to read the whole thing to you because that would be a whole nother video. But what it amounts to is they have like a skin layer to the ship that you're going to be able to strip off and rebuild. You see these little iron girders or whatever you want to call it. You'll be able to attach the frame to it, and then you'll be able to reskin it with the multi-tool or the repair tool. So you can see there's a burned hole here section. They're going to fix it by taking away some of the burned edges, and then they're going to use the tool to actually reskin part of that hull to make it better. But yeah, really cool article. Definitely check it out. They even have it broken down by like chemistry, by what kind of parts they're going to need, or what kind of items including, you know, elements and everything else to be able to create a sturdy ship or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be fun. You know, I think this article is awesome. Let me know in the comments down below if you want me to have a whole video on this one article. I think I've done it once in the past, but I don't mind doing it again if you guys want it. But that is 3.18 and a little bit beyond. Now, if we're talking way beyond, that's going to be another video. Hopefully you guys got a little bit out of this one and some things that you can expect for 3.18. I expect more people on the game playing simultaneously on the same servers. You know, I expect cargo missions, lots of cargo missions, but it should be a little bit more time consuming than some of the previous cargo missions. Hopefully it'll pay out a little bit more than what they're paying right now too. The whole stripping and salvaging and repairing, that should be a really fun new game mechanic that we're going to get with that Drake Vulture and the multi-tool attachment. And then, of course, persistent entity streaming, which is the first parts of server meshing. Gonna be awesome. Let me know in the comments what you think about 3.18, what you're thinking about beyond. Do you want me to do another video on what we're expecting in 4.0 and beyond? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for supporting the channel. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.